style for him to warm up with. Little 69.
I'm going to talk about a recording session G.G. Allin and the Jabbers did with David Peel back in New York City in 1983 at his apartment. We were doing some gigs down there at the A7 Club. I'll talk about those later. Anyways, if you don't know who David Peel is, he was a musician in New York City. He had a band called the Lower East Side back in the late 60s. He was discovered by Danny Fields, who was an A&R guy at Elektra, who signed him to 2-album deal with Elektra. Danny also signed the MC5 and the Stooges around the same time. This guy's a legend. A couple of years later, when John Lennon and Yoko Ono moved to New York, they went down to the park. They saw one of David Peel's shows. They became friends. John actually produced an album of David's on Apple Records called The Pope Smokes Dope. He was friends with John Lennon. Anyways, Gigi, his albums were released on David's independent record label called Orange Records at the time. So that Saturday afternoon, we met David. We went up to his apartment building. All I remember was we went up 6 to 8 flights of rickety stairs and this little stairwell. Went up to his little studio apartment, which was filled with records and stuff on the walls, posters, him with pictures of John and Yoko. And me being the optimist that I am, one of my first thoughts was when I was at an apartment, this building goes up in flames, we're all fucking dead. Anyways, he pulled out some recording equipment. Al and I had our guitars and bass. I had a big nose amp. We played a bunch of stuff. Some covers, some of David's songs, some of our songs. It was great, probably for 3 hours. And when David died in 2017, a few years later, I was on YouTube and I heard about this. Someone released this recording session. Brought back a lot of great memories. I listened to most of the whole thing, so you can listen to the whole thing on YouTube. It was great. David was a nice guy, great guy. Anyways, everybody thought David was like a hippie type. Yeah, he was a hippie, but he was way before his time. Back in 1970, the hits of the day were Bridge Under Troubled Water, and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. I'm going to leave this with a song that he did in 1970 under the album The American Revolution, which was on Elektra Records. The song called The Lower East Side. Listen to this. This is 1970. This is like punk rock. Listen to his voice. It's great. This is a great song, one of my favorites. This guy was way before his time. Rest in peace, David. You're a legend. Here's the song.
We are from